Collating the time I spent on loving.
What's up, y'all? My name is Nico Blitz. This is Behind This Beat, Beat This Philippines. We are in here like swimwear. We're heading all the way to Melbourne, Australia for this half Filipino, half Ghanaian singer-songwriter who goes by the name of Jewel Owusu. What's up, fam?
Hey,
how are you?
Thanks for having me. I'm good. How are you?
I'm good over here in somewhat sunny California. It's been raining for the past couple of days, so, I finally can be in my apartment without wearing a hoodie or anything.
That's amazing. It just started.
How's it like for you in Australia right now?
Great.
Oh, it started raining. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, it's been pretty good weather, surprisingly, which it usually isn't good weather here. But yeah, today the rain started. I don't mind the gray skies and the rainy weather, so it's kind of nice.
I love it. So I'm from San Francisco, so I'm used to the gray skies and everything, and I just always think it's a vibe to have gray skies in the air.
Exactly. Yeah.
So, Jewel, all I did was go on your Spotify and just saw the bio that you have for yourself. And I can already tell you have had a very interesting life. If you may, I'd like to read it for everybody listening to this episode right now. Okay, so Jewel Owusu is a half Filipino and half Ghanaian singer-songwriter and producer, hailing from the vibrant city of Hong Kong. Raised in New Zealand and Perth, she is now based in Melbourne, Australia. There's so much there.
Yeah.
There's so much in just two sentences. And normally I don't do this, but I want to know everything from top to bottom about your life, homegirl.
Yeah. So
you're from Hong Kong, or what's happening here?
Well, my parents, my dad's from Ghana, and then my mom's side is from the Philippines. And they both met when they were studying at uni, because they both studied abroad in China. My dad was doing engineering, and my mom was doing food science, hospitality and food science. And yeah, they kind of met doing that, and then the rest was history. And then they lived in China for a bit, and then moved to Hong Kong for my dad's job. And then that's when I was born, and then my brother was born, and then I was born, and then we lived there for till I was 5 or 6. So it was fun growing up in Hong Kong. I love it. I miss it a lot. I miss the food. I feel I just really love that city life with lots of food places that you can go to at any hour of the day. But then we moved to New Zealand for my dad's job, and just to be closer to family. We had family in not really closer to family. We kind of mostly moved for his job. And then we had family in Australia, my mum's twin sister, who we're very close to their family. And then we moved to Perth, so they were living in Perth. Yeah, kind of all around the place.
And now in Melbourne.
Yeah, just me.
Oh, okay. So now you're on the solo dolo trip in Australia. I love that for you. So I gotta ask, because I don't even think most people in this world have been to 2 different countries, right? You've lived in a couple. So growing up, what was that like for you? There's so many different parts of your background and where you live. Did you have any culture shock living in any of these different areas? I could also assume did you even have a stable set of friends growing up, moving around so much?
Yeah, so I feel it was definitely a culture shock going from Hong Kong to New Zealand. There's some little things that I can definitely remember. We drank cow's milk for the first time, and this is so random, but we drank real milk for the first time in New Zealand, because in Hong Kong we drank boxed milk and stuff, because it was really expensive to buy dairy products. And then obviously New Zealand is has all the dairy products. So having real cheese, real milk, we were ew, this me and my brother were ew, this tastes so gross. I miss the plastic cheese, I miss the boxed milk. But yeah, the stuff with food, it was very interesting. And before we moved to New Zealand, we homeschooled. So we went to school for the first time in New Zealand, and it was weird. I feel like it was very hard to like make friends at first. I felt like a very like weird little girl. Yeah, I do feel like since we were in like New Zealand for so long and then in Perth for so long, like I still like kind of held on to like friendships and stuff, so it wasn't too bad. But yeah, I guess like I know heaps of people that, you know, they're still friends with their primary school friends and they still hang out with their primary school friends. And I'm like, oh, that's so cool that you've had like, and I do have friends from my primary school, like, but yeah, it's just crazy like when people have the same friendship groups like all through their life, which is, it's really nice. Like,
yeah, I mean, you know, personally, like I'm hitting like 31 like next month, right? Or actually this month in March. And so I found that like over the years, it's actually very difficult to keep in touch with like your friends as like you get older.
It's so hard. Yeah, one of my best friends from like primary school actually does like, we ended up like we both live in Melbourne together, so it's kind of cool. Like you do kind of find people along the way, and you know, you're like, oh, I knew you.
Like tag along to my journey we call life.
Yeah,
I love that. So like, when did you decide to move to Australia by yourself?
Oh, so like my family lives in Perth, like West Australia. So I moved here. Like I moved here with like my partner, and we've been here for like 2-ish years, almost 2 years.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's pretty recent, like being here. Yeah.
And what was the deciding factor for your move?
I love Perth, and I love like it has the best beaches in the world, but I felt like I just needed like a bit of a bigger place, and you know, I don't know, like lifestyle, I guess. Like I feel like Melbourne suits my like the lifestyle that I want more than Perth does. It's a bit, I don't know how much you know about Perth, but it's like a smaller city.
Let me tell you, Jewel, I don't know anything about Australia, really. I know you and my homie Kim and my cousins who live in Melbourne too, and all that. And first of all, I pronounce it Melbourne, and I'm pretty sure I'm incorrect.
No, that's fine. Like people say like Melbourne, but I pronounce the R as well. Like I like, because it would feel like I'm trying to fake like an Australian accent if I pronounced it any other way. So
Melbourne.
Melbourne.
Yeah, I feel that.
But Perth's on the west coast, and like Melbourne is on the east coast, and Perth is like, the weather is so much better, like the beaches are so much better. I feel like that's a West Coast thing in any place in general. But yeah, East Coast just has, you know, better, I don't know, just better things to do. It's just like there's more things to do.
It's better everything, huh?
Yeah.
I do gotta ask, since you are in Australia, and you know, like I said, I have some homies in Australia and I have my cousin in Australia, but like, do you really be getting down on like eating kangaroo?
Oh, I'm eating kangaroo, but it's not like a common thing that people eat, like, because it's kind of expensive, like, but I've eaten it like a couple times. Like it's really expensive, so it's not like you'd go to the shop and be like, I'm gonna have kangaroo for dinner tonight.
Oh god, it's not like a burger.
Yeah. Not really. Oh, some places like you have to go to like a gourmet or like really Australiana, is that the word? I don't know, Australia cuisine place, you know.
Okay, for sure. So I mean, you know, kangaroos aside and whatnot, like your music is great. I was listening to Outside like literally not too long ago. It is a dope record. Then, you know, I'm going through your discography, and like I love your music. I genuinely love your music.
Thank you.
So I wanted to ask you, like, when did you start your music journey? Like, how long have you been at it?
I've been like releasing since like 2020, like on Spotify it's like 2021. I had a few like older things that I kind of like just like made to stay on SoundCloud only, but yeah, since 2020. But like I guess I've been like doing music, like not really like writing and releasing, but I guess I started in like high school, like singing and stuff. I like rotated through a few different instruments, and then kind of decided that I just wanted to like sing and be a singer.
Hell yeah, I love that. What kind of instruments do you play?
Well, I like played piano for a long time, but like now not as much. I kind of just use it to like songwrite, and then I played like saxophone, tried to play guitar, and now I just like kind of like very casually play all those instruments. It's hard to like, I don't know, like learn heaps of instruments. I feel like you need to just stick to like one or two and get really good at those.
I hear that. I'm actually learning piano right now
Oh,
because I just
cool.
started music producing last July. So I'm
That's
like
awesome.
dedicating myself to just like learning that. Yeah. And it's cool because, I feel like everyone's music journey is a little bit different.
Okay.
And, for you, like you started in high school and you've been like running with it. Like, what's kept you like wanting to do music for as long as you have?
Well, I feel like I guess I didn't really decide that I wanted to like kind of do music as like a career thing until like
Mm-hmm.
pretty recently, like 2021. But I felt like it had just been the only like consistent thing that I had always like really, really liked. Like I feel like when I was young, I rotated through like hobbies so quickly, and like I rotated through things that I wanted to do as like careers like every 5 seconds. But then music was the thing that I was always doing. So I was like, I really love doing this. Maybe I'll just like actually just stick to it.
Yeah. What were some of your musical inspirations growing up?
We listened to so much random music, like, but I feel like it was just like very like mainstream stuff, like, like Rihanna, Taylor Swift, like whatever was in the charts. Because I just had like my little phone that I would like download stuff like YouTube to MP3. So it would just be like whatever's on YouTube, like whatever is trending. And then like I guess I got
You better incriminate yourself.
Oh,
YouTube to
yeah,
MP3.
true. I forgot that wasn't.
Don't be incriminating yourself.
Yeah, true. Forgot that downloading music wasn't legal.
Well, at least it's not legal over here in the United States. I don't know
Oh,
about Australia
no,
rules.
it's not legal
So, you know what I
here.
mean?
No.
Like,
Not really. I mean, it's pretty lenient though.
yeah. That's cool. I mean, like, Rihanna is actually one of my favorite artists, and we just saw Taylor Swift just absolutely crush it at the Grammys like
Yeah.
not too long ago. So, you know what I mean? Like, it's cool to see just like music constantly evolve, and it's cool to see people like a Taylor Swift and Rihanna, like some of your influences, like.
I wouldn't say Taylor Swift's my influence, but I listened to her when I was. Yeah. I mean, she's cool though. Like, no hate. Like, I like her. I think she's so cool. But I wouldn't say she influences like my music or anything.
More like Rihanna leaning towards.
Yeah, I don't know. I listen to like it would be interesting to see how they did influence me, because I listened to like Paramore, Rihanna, like Ariana Grande, like whatever was in the like. It sounds bad, but just like whatever was popular at the time, that's what I was listening to. I feel like when you're young, it's just like you just let whatever is like popular like kind of influence your, listening and stuff.
Yeah, I mean, even for me, like growing up, like Linkin Park, Paramore, like all of them, I would listen to them like so hard just because like, back then, all there really was, at least, from the United States, was like MTV and BET. So that's all where I got my music from, and even just radio. And nowadays it's like those things aren't as like prevalent right now.
Mm-hmm.
But you have like Spotify streaming, you have like I mean every club is playing music like all around, and there's always this conversation about like independent artists and how some people find independent artistry being like the best thing that can happen to the music industry. Other people say that being an independent artist is like it's absolutely really hard, and some people just don't end up wanting to like continue doing it. As for you, Jewel, like what's your perspective on like being an independent artist as somebody who is really trying to make a push in this industry when there are so many other people trying to make a push right now too?
Oh, could go on about this for like 20-30 minutes, but I won't.
Hey, I'm with it. Go on for 5 at least. I'm with it for 5 minutes at least.
I feel like, I don't know, like, being an independent artist is, I feel like everyone's trying to do music, which is, it's like admirable in a way. I know like there's like people that are trying to gatekeep it, like, why is everyone trying to do it? Like, but I think it's cool that it's such an accessible thing that you can do nowadays, and like people can just experiment, and like everyone can learn how to produce, everyone can learn how to DJ. But it also means that there's like obviously more competition, less resources, less. There's just like there's only so many people, and there's only so many ears that can like listen to your music, and I feel like posting about it, you just like make people like fatigued from seeing you over and over again, because they're not just seeing you, you know, they're seeing you and like 100 other like music people that they follow. So I feel like it's definitely hard to like cut through the noise. And then obviously it's so expensive to release, you know, PR, marketing, everything. It's just so costly. So I feel like I forgot the original question now.
Oh no, I mean you're really on the mark. I mean, you know, being an independent artist, like it's a lot of work if it's something that you really want to do, because you know, I'd say back then, and even, you know, to some degree now, like the record labels would really just take over everything. Like it's like, you know, you do this, you do that, and you know, you're basically the face and you're the face of the brand.
Yeah.
But as an independent artist, like what people don't realize is that you're the face of the brand. You're also the marketing person. You're also the CEO of the company. You know, you have to do everything before you really start to see things like move and shake.
Yeah, for sure. And like, I don't like blame people like for signing with labels. I think that I feel like there's so much like label versus independent artist discourse. And I feel like it's fair enough that people want to sign to labels. It's really, really hard to get the resources to be independent and stay independent for so long. Like, you really have to be like, I don't know, like working really hard at like a day job and like working really hard in other things to like even make the income to be able to support yourself for that long. And it just gets tiring. So it's no wonder that, you know, people either like quit or like sign to major labels or like, you know, stuff like that.
At any point during your career, like have you felt tired? Have you felt like you wanted to quit?
Oh yeah, I feel like I go through like ups and downs of like, I know that I like won't stop because I like love it so much, but I feel like every few months it's like, oh, I think I'll quit music. But I like I don't like seriously like think about it, but it's just like, oh, this is so exhausting. Like, this is like demoralizing. Like, I can't keep doing this.
Yeah, I feel you. It takes a certain person to want to like keep on pushing through, but you know, at the end of the day, as you said, like I think it just all comes down to the love, you know. Like, if you love it so much, you're willing to like put off everything and just keep going at it until your dreams actually come true.
Yeah, exactly. And I feel like there's just so many ways that you can do that. Like, it doesn't necessarily have to be quitting music. You could be like quitting like one form of, like, say like I decided that I didn't want to sing anymore. I could just be like, I can still write. I can like get more into producing. I can get more into like playing for other people. Like, there's so many things that you can do. Like, you never really have to quit music or whatever. You can just like go down a different avenue, be a songwriter only or be a producer only, or, you know. But I love being an artist, so it's, yeah.
Hey Jewel, I love that, and I can see I can see you like blossom. I can see the blossoming emanating from your face.
Oh.
I love that. Jewel, so your newest record, like Outside, like tell me what inspired that.
Yeah, so I work very closely on some of these songs with like my boyfriend. His name's Dylan, and we were just like, he just like made a beat. That one was just like one of his beats, and then he was like, oh, do you think this sounds cool? And then I was like, oh, I love it, like it's so great. And then I wasn't even like I was just like, oh, I love it, like I thought he was making it for someone else. And then I just like kind of started like, I guess like freestyling and like just like writing over it. And I was like, oh, this is cool. Like, I kind of like when I'm writing over this, like maybe like I can just, maybe this can be one of my songs. And then I've been really like loving like this like hyper pop kind of like glitch pop artist called Breakins. He's like one of my like big inspirations. And yeah, I feel like I was listening a lot to his album at the time, and it like really inspired like the like glitches that we like put in the chorus and the like chops and everything. So yeah. And then like the feature on it, 10, who is from Sheffield, yeah, like my cousin lives in Sheffield, so he like connected us. Yeah, and then he like wrote a verse on it, and it just all came together. And yeah, it's one of my favorite songs, so
Oh yeah, I love that. It just sounds like it was something that just came up like organically, and I mean, it sounds the way it sounds, and I love it. So like, it's cool when music just comes out just naturally, and you can just get forces of nature and people just to come together and be like, yeah, let's just make some dope stuff.
Yeah, for sure. I love that.
You said your dad is an engineer,
Yeah.
and what does your mom do?
She's a teacher.
And your mom's a teacher. Okay,
Yeah.
so in any way, like how does like an engineer for a dad and a teacher for a mom, like how do they accept like, hey mom, hey dad, I'm gonna be a singer?
Well, I guess like I don't know, they love music. Like my dad plays the guitar and he sings as well, and then my mom just is a music enjoyer. But I also I also have my degree and like do other work which I really like enjoy. So I think they like that I'm like kind of like balancing both. But yeah, they love music, so it was never really in fact, like my dad was like, oh, you should just study music, like just do that, like don't even do like he was like, yeah, don't even just do that full time and stuff. But I like I was saying before, I have so many like interests, so I really like writing. So I kind of wanted to take like that communications, like public relations path as well. So yeah, it's nice. I feel like it's nice to like have different things that I'm doing. So like, I don't know, I feel like I get sick of things easily. So I need to like do one thing and then do the next and then do the other thing. So it's nice having like two things that I like really enjoy and do both. Yeah, kind of just do both of them.
Oh no, I completely understand you. I mean, as I said, I started producing music back in July of 2023. I'm a DJ. I put events together. I have a podcast. I mean, I'm doing this right now too.
Everything.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's like
multifaceted.
I'm doing everything. But dude, you and I kind of have that same mindset where like, damn, like I don't like, I love everything that I do, but I don't like doing it for like so freaking long until like I gotta do the next thing. I want to do the next thing, and it's like this weird, like I don't know if it's ADHD or whatever, but I got that weird thing in me where I'm just like I need to do something else next.
Yeah, I feel like, I don't know, so many people are like like I just want to like quit my day job and do music full time, and like I feel like I used to hold that perspective, and I like would love to do music. Like I'd love for it to take up more of my, like it takes up most of my time during the week, but like, I feel like the dream is for it to be like a main income stream. But I also think that it's kind of like having like, other stuff that you do during the day, like having like, I have a communications job that I go to, like having that is like really nice. Like I feel like it breaks up your day. You get to interact with other people, and then like you feel inspired during the day, and then you can come home and like work on music. And I feel like it even makes me like more inspired,
Yeah, I mean, there's people who like to be in the studio all day, which is fine. And then there are, but relatively to what you're saying, like there are people who enjoy life experiences and then later on apply it to their music afterwards. And to say one is better than the other is not necessarily like the right question, but it is. I can tell what you prefer, and it sounds like you prefer to like gather life experiences and then apply it to your music, which 100% is like cool.
Yeah
I love that. So wait, so then did you make B-Day for like your birthday or like
yeah, so that was like, I feel like I was kind of thinking about like all the birthdays I've had, and I feel like birthdays are so like anticlimactic. Is that anticlimactic? Yeah. Anticlimactic.
That's a word.
That's a word. Yeah.
Yeah,
where it's just like, you're like, oh my gosh, my birthday's coming up, and then on the day it's just like, it's kind of like New Year's Eve, like New Year's Day. It's like you never know. Like every time everyone hypes it up, and then it's always so average. Like not average, but it's always just like another day,
Yeah.
So I feel like I kind of wrote that about like that experience, and I wanted to release it on my birthday, but then it just didn't work out. So I released it like a few days after my birthday.
It's all good. It was close enough. That's all that mattered. That's all that mattered. So Jewel, it's March 2024 right now. Like, what else can people look forward to for the rest of the year from you?
So I'm releasing an EP probably in April. Like, hopefully next month, but sometimes things happen and things take longer, but hopefully in April. But like releasing a few singles before that, all like kind of alternative pop again. The next one's kind of like more like indie alternative pop, kind of like hyper poppy. Yeah, I'm really excited for it because it's like
I love hyper pop.
Yeah, me too. It's like quite a little dancey, but like indie dancey. Wow, I'm just using so many words to describe it. I just hope that everyone can like listen to it and just see for themselves.
Look, I get it. I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah, it was fun to make that one, and it's all about like it's called Happy Free, and it's kind of just about like being in the creative industry, and you're just like overloaded with people achieving things every day, and it's like, ugh, I feel like I'm behind, I feel like I'm backwards. So it's the song's all about like struggling to be like happy for other people's achievements because you just keep comparing them to your own.
And would you say that's something that like you struggle with?
Oh yeah, 100%. Yeah, shamelessly. Like, yeah, I feel like the era of TikTok, it's like, oh, we like see like 100 people a day like getting a record deal or like getting 1 million streams on their song or doing this show and that show, and it's like, oh, I feel like I'm like not doing the same things, but everyone's on their own journey and all of that.
Yeah, no, I mean, truthfully, I think we're living in an era where because we can see the numbers, we feel a lot more pressured to think that a number attached to our name is the definition of success and is the definition of happiness. And, frankly, I personally don't think it is.
Yeah.
I personally think that success and happiness really comes with just like a peace of mind and you being able to do exactly what you want to do every single day unapologetically without anybody telling you otherwise. And that's my definition of happiness. And I guess my last question for you, Jewel, is what is your definition of happiness?
Oh wow, that's a hard one.
You know what I mean? Considering Happy For You is going to be out in April.
Yeah. Oh, I feel like this is going to be such a cop-out answer, but like I feel like what you just said, just being
Yeah. She said ditto.
Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, you're like on the money with that one. I feel like, just being able to like have genuine self-expression, and I guess being able to share like the things you do and the things you make with like the people that you love, and having them share their things with you, like like we're all doing different things, everyone's on their own paths, and I feel like just being able to like all do it together. That sounded so cheesy, but yeah. Yeah.
Hey, look, I'm all here for the cheese, homegirl. I am all here for it, and I love it because I talk the exact same way.
But yeah, pretty much what you said.
Hell yeah, Jewel Owusu, everybody. Where can everybody find you?
Everywhere, I guess, like Spotify, same name, TikTok, Instagram, Apple Music, all of the nice little things.
Hell yeah. My name is Nico Blitz. This is Behind This Beat, Beat This Philippines. We are out, everybody. Peace.